Hey, this is Life with Sean Renee here, back with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This video is called First Toxic Relationship Gone Wrong. Let's watch the video.
Get ready with me while I tell you a story about my toxic ex. My very first serious relationship. So it all started in 2022. Also, just want to give a shout out to e.l.f. because I love your guys' camo concealer. It's literally almost gone, and you could tell because it's like, but I love it. Anyway, so I met this guy, and everything was going good. You know, I was living here in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and he lived like an hour away, and you know, we hit it off immediately, and everything was going good. Everything was perfect, you know, because my parents were strict, so I wasn't really allowed to date at the time. But I was like, you know what? Like, this guy seems like, you know, the real deal. Like, and boy, was I wrong. We started dating December 17th. I believe the year was 2022 at the time. Yeah, it was 2022 at the time, and you know, we were dating and everything was going good. You know, that fresh like start of a relationship that you have with someone, you know, get to know like their family, get to, you know, experience having, you know, quality time together, everything. So I dodged a whole bunch of red flags, and by dodge I mean like literally dodged, because I was just so dumbfounded by this, you know, by love, I guess you want to say. So this man was in the military. He was already in the military when I met him, but he was in there for like 5 years, and then his sixth year basically was like coming up. So he was in the military and didn't have a job, literally was a fucking bum, like literally. Did DoorDash like for a job, and I worked at a coffee shop at the time. So if I wanted to do something with him or we went something, I had to pay for everything. I had to do everything. And yeah. And he was kind of like monotone as well, so like it was kind of like really annoying when like my parents would like try to talk to him, like he'd come over and like before he'd like pick me up and stuff, like it was just weird. Like he just didn't really have the greatest respect, if that makes sense, and my parents are huge on respect. And I'm big on respect too, especially when it comes to my family and you disrespecting them. That's a no-no. Especially my dad, like, come on. So it got to the point where he literally, like, would talk shit about my parents and my family every single time, like, something, like, happened. And it got to the point where there was a point in time where we were still dating, and he basically just like, I don't know how to explain it, but he just like told my parents like, you know, I will take care of your daughter, da da da, all of this stuff, all of this bullshit basically. And 3 months in, y'all, 3 months in, and again, young Lissa didn't know better. 3 months in, he drops the question and he asks if I can move in with him. And so at the time, I literally had another job at the time. I think I was working at Buffalo Wild Wings at this time, and I had that job. Left my coffee shop job in February and then started this job in March. So I was only there for like almost like 2 months. and then I left in April, and then before May, we moved in together, and everything was good. Everything was going fine up until the point where I'll say June or July is when it got really bad. So June and July was like the worst because I wasn't working, and then I found a job at a damn pet store just to cover bills. Wasn't enough, and dumbass got a job too working at this restaurant, diner, whatever you call it. But y'all, I kid you not, like, we were broke. Like, we had nothing. I had nothing. I was struggling mentally, and I don't know how to explain it, but it just was not the greatest. Just was not the greatest ever. And so, with that being said, it was a lot for me to handle. And, you know, at the time, I was dumbfounded by love, blah, blah, blah. And I thought I was, you know, really gonna be okay. And I even reached out to my mom a couple times for help. And thank God, you know, always helped us when we needed it. And so skip to October. And October, basically, it just got worse. He had to go away for, like, a drill. Like, I don't know if y'all know, like, military men, they go, like, on drills and stuff. Like, they have to go away. So because he had to go away, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go stay at my mom's because I don't feel like being alone in the house with no car and no food. Like, no. So I go to my mom's, and this becomes, like, a thing where I come home, and it's, like, I'm regretting everything. Like, not everything, but just, like, regretting how I'm doing my life. I had, like, a mental check, and I immediately started to check out of the relationship because of it. And, you know, this man's, like, he finally got a job around, like, I don't know, I'd say, like, October, November-ish, at this bar, this, like, Mexican bar, restaurant, whatever you want to call it, and making really good money. We were still broke because what he was using it for weed and his fucking vape that he loved so much. But yeah, so long story short, I was just really going through it, and around, I'd say, November, I finally told him, like, I can't live like this, like, I need to get a job, or, like, I'm out. Like, I literally gave him an ultimatum, y'all. So, I start working at Burlington for, like, a month, and mind you, he's still working at his little job, and basically, our relationship just got to the point where we were just, like, roommates. Like, there was one point in time where he would not talk to me because he was, like, flirting with, like, a female coworker at his job. It was just a lot. So I kind of, like, backed away from him after that, and it was just, like, you know. And after that, December hit, and that's when I really started to realize, like, okay, I gotta get out here. Like, I gotta get out of here somehow. And there were points where we would argue, and I would tell my mom, like, hey, can you please come get me? I can't deal with this anymore. This relationship is just not it. Please, I'm no professional when it comes to makeup. But anyway, so yeah, so the day after Christmas, I finally said goodbye, but here's why I left the day after Christmas. So that year, Christmas, it was really bad. Like, we had terrible storms, and I could not see my family. I was stuck in that tiny apartment with my dog and that boy, and I literally got him, even though we were broke, I still managed to get him a decent gift, right? He literally got me shampoo and conditioner for Christmas. I'll see my curly hair. He literally just picked out one that literally said that it was for curls and immediately assumed that that was it. So yeah.
Girl, you dodged another bullet because, to be honest, to deal with someone that doesn't even put you first in every aspect is so sad. You know, it's your first relationship. How are you going to feel in the next relationship? Dealing with someone that was just so toxic and was talking about your family. I know that family oriented is very important in a relationship, especially when you first, it's your first relationship. You're young, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully this helps you realize what you're looking for in a relationship before you become in one, because that's very important for a criteria, a category. It's a category? Or your actual goals and beliefs of what you want in a relationship is very important, because if you don't have that, what do you have? You know what I'm saying? You got to build your relationship on foundation first before you start a relationship. But this is just me bantering. Anyways, what do y'all think about this video? You know what to do. Comment below. This is Life with Sean Renee, and I'm out. Bye.